Hello, very, very much. Hello, and welcome, 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 welcome to my sacred space. Hi, I'm Olivia with Tarot and Coffee with Olivia. Thank you for being here. I want to thank all of you guys for showing up, for coming back. I want to thank the new people here that haven't been here before. Um, and I also want to let y'all know, hey, new or not, if you like this video, like it. Hit that little thumbs up button, okay? If you like me and you don't like the video, or if you don't like me and you don't like the video, give me a comment. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you'd rather see. Um, I'd also like to especially thank my son-in-laws, two of them, one who has given me some wonderful advice, and another, well, they both have given me wonderful advice. They've also, like, one of them gave me a little tripod, which is responsible for the view that you have today, and also my daughters who influenced those wonderful young men to help their mama out on her YouTube channel. So this has just been really a great journey for me, and I just want you to know that it's really one of the reasons I get up in the mornings, that and my morning coffee. But mm, I didn't know how much this was going to give to me when I started doing this. I was wanting to give it to the world, or to my YouTube audience. My intention is never to scare, always to enlighten. Um, this is how it goes. This is your card of the day. Some people do it in the mornings, some people do it in the afternoons, some people do it in the evenings. Not very many people are doing it very early in the morning today because it's already 9:30 and I still am working on this video. Um, I didn't get up till 8. I usually get up at 7, but that's neither here nor there. This is your Chalcopyrite. This is one of the stones you will be using to pick your card. We have the Amethyst right here. I will show them up close as I pick your card. This is the Selenite. And this one always makes me think of hard candy, but she is called Honey Citrine. And as far as gender goes, genders are suggested. They are not the be all end all. I do say he and she. I say he when I mean she. I say she when it could be he. I just want to be respectful of everyone, but let you know that my language doesn't always match up to exactly how you want it to be. And I will talk about God in kind of a Christian way. However, I do not want that to inhibit you in any way. If you are not a Christian, I do believe these readings can help anybody. Um, so let's move on to the thought of the day. It's a real short, sweet thought. It's St. Exupery, the person who wrote The Little Prince. If you haven't read The Little Prince, it's very short. It's a very good read. It really does make you think about some things, and if you can read it in French, do. Did I already say that? Uh, St. Exupery once said, "Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together at the same direction." And then I wrote, and then he flew off into the sunset in his little airplane, which is what he did. He disappeared. Like Ms. Amelia. One day, he just disappeared. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move along. If you have not had time to pick your card today, I guess we can do an up close view now. If you have not had time to pick your card today, go ahead and take your time. Stop the video if you need. Here's a nice up close of our Chalcopyrite. Here's a nice up close of our Amethyst. Here's a nice up close of our Selenite and our honey bunny citrine. Honey, 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 do 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 do. Yeah, sugar. Okay, just so you know, I haven't tasted it, so I don't know. Maybe it is hard candy. Um, let's turn over this iron ore, and we're gonna look at your card. We're gonna look at him up close. the King of Swords, the High King, not the Emperor, but the High King. And there he is. I'm going to put him over here and move him forward so you can see him while we talk about him. So we already said he's the High King. Is he you today? Is he someone else? That's the question you need to ask yourself. I will say that he does have darkish colored hair and light colored eyes. Um, he is seasoned and insightful experience. He's very intellectual, very sharp mind. What I want you to think about today is I think he's you rather than someone else. I think at least for most of you, he's you. Um, I also want you to, if you did get this card today, I want you to really start thinking about some specific problems that you might have that you've been trying to solve for a while. The King will definitely help you do that. What I want you to contemplate is now he's always ready for battle and he's really good at debate. So he's no fun in an argument because he always wins. If that's you, back off a little bit. Start thinking it's okay to listen to someone else's advice, even when you are the High King. Um, in fact, the High King does seek out advice from others and readily listens. Um, you are the more experienced one usually in most situations, especially when it comes to whatever the subject is we're talking about, which I think when I think about this person, I'm thinking that if he's not you, he's someone at work or he might be a father figure. Um, if you got this card today, I want you to kind of sit back and listen. Think about some decisions before you make them and go through with them. Think about have you gotten all the do you have enough information? Have you gotten all the information yet? Um, once you wield that sword, once you make that decision, it's usually often a done deal. No going back. So that's why I want you to take some time today and think. Maybe get some advice. Maybe just listen to some advice you've been told. Also, I want you to be aware of how powerful you are and how powerful your mind is and how you affect others. It's often you do so and wanting to do good for people, but I know that with very powerful personalities like this, oftentimes people will back off and not really get what they need out of what you have to offer. So I am going to move on to the amethyst. If the amethyst chose you, or if you chose, excuse me, the amethyst, then I'm going to turn over your card. And it is the Knight of Cups. Now, I will tell you, guys, today, when I drew the Knight of Cups, it was inverted, which means it was upside down. So we're going to look at the upside down side of the Knight of Cups, who is the lovely and charming, iconic knight. Sensitive ladies' man. Oh, it's ladies' night, and the time is right. Oh, what a night. On the other side, he can sometimes be a bit manipulative and calculating. Yes, I'm talking to you. Did you get this card today? Most of the time, you're everybody's sweetheart. I am reading this as if this is your card today. However, it could be someone in your life. So if this is ringing a bell for someone in your life, then let that be. He's also, see how he's on this unicorn and they're flying up in the air? I get a lot of dream energy from that. So what I want you to think about if you got this, I want you to think about your dreams. I want you, especially with this, and I know this is just a daily reading, but especially with this, I want you to think about keeping a dream journal. Um, Even if it's just a few words that you write down when you first wake up. And I will tell you, I've been really good at this, and lately I've been attempting a dream journal, It has been very difficult for me to get started. I haven't actually written anything, and yet I've been thinking about it for 3 days. I even have a book next to my bed. But I get up really excited to see you guys today, and I forget about it. If you had this card today, I specifically want you to think about what um, I'm going to say it because it's what came up. What tricks you might be playing on other people right now. I don't think they're really working for you. They usually don't. Duplicity is not necessarily an admirable thing. I know that as a Gemini, we get a hard rap for that all the time. Um, but just okay. So remember, all this stuff I've been saying that might have insulted you. I really didn't mean to insult anyone. Just remember that you're also charming and good, upright, loving, and that's how people see you. You non-violent. This night will do uh, anything to stay away from violence and battle. Anything that's knightly. He won't run. He's a knight, and he's a good one. Graceful and peaceful. Um, if he's you today, I want you to think about some of those little things that I said. Like, are you being a little manipulative? Sometimes we do that without even thinking or being conscious of it. And some little calculations going on. Are you trying to trick somebody into doing something? Or maybe not trick them. Maybe you're just trying to talk them into it and you're giving them some, some vibes. Take a step back. Look at what you're doing. Take some time. Remember who you are. And bring out the good part of yourself. Oh, what does that say on the top of the card? Lancelot. Yeah. Oh, Lancelot. All right, so we are going to move on to the Selenite, the crystal that looks as if it's glowing. And we're going to turn over your card, and you have the Six of Cups. Isn't this a beautiful deck? I'm hoping I can find the name of it so that I can put it in the description of this video. I think that's one of the reasons I don't use this deck is because I'm not sure of the name of it. But I'm going to try to find out. Six of Cups. Oh, let's see what it says on the side. Put past to rest. Or a rite of passage. I thought it said passion at first. You have the right to be passionate. So, the Six of Cups, what does this talk about? We have all these little symbols up here. Let me bring this forward. We have all these little cups here with flowers, and it's not really telling us a whole lot. It does look very positive, but I will tell you some more things about the Six of Cups as soon as I get that back on the thing. It can denote a rite of passage, for instance, graduation, or maybe you just had a birthday, or possibly just got your first car, moved out for the first time. There's a lot of things going on here with this card. What I want you to do is, with this card, I want you to think about the past, but don't dwell in it. The past is a very important and will always be a very important part of your life. However, dwelling on it is going to keep you from moving forward. So that is your goal, is to continue to move forward. This definitely is a card about you and only you. Well, it has to do with other people in your memory, but you are stepping out, you are moving forward, and that's all there is to it. You are moving out of your childhood, no matter how old you are. You know, the Chinese don't say that you're not an adult, so you're in your 40s. So, and I like that a lot. It's pretty straightforward. There is one other thing I want to mention with this card, is that it's possible that you'll have, if this other stuff doesn't ring true, Another meaning of this card might vary, and possibly at the same time, you might have all that I said going on here, and then this other thing may come to pass, and that is someone from your past may come visit you sooner, may come back into your life, someone who maybe has you just kind of grew away from, how that happens, and then they come back. So look for a reunion with an old friend or lover, or both. Most of my lovers have been friends, not with each other, with me. Okay, enough of that. That's I'm getting silly. All right, we are going to move on. If you chose the beautiful and delicious Honey Citrine, we're going to turn your card over today. The wise one are the hermits. Here, let's bring your card forward so that you can see it better. Wisdom. That's the first word that comes to mind when I see this card. This is someone that you may be drawn towards and drawn to their wisdom and their way of life. It might be something within yourself. I kind of feel like this might be someone else in your life, but it very well could be you. So, with the wisdom card, a lot that happens with the wise one is sometimes he can be a little detached, um, or set. He's definitely set apart. Um, he can be very deliberate for sure, um, and very patient and very cautious. Some would think of him as shy, but shy is really not the size of it. It's more about being very cautious, but he does keep to himself. It's important that he have and find balance. Now, when I'm talking about wisdom, I'm not talking about how smart you are. I'm not talking about how intellectual you are. I am talking about the wisdom of experience and study. Okay? I believe that wisdom is a balance of those things, experience and the things that one has learned throughout their life. Um, Whether or not this card is you or not, what I would like you to do, and this came up in someone else's reading too, if you didn't read all four cards, and that is introspection. Now's the time to take a step back. Go ahead and stay to yourself for a day if you can. Use that space and time to think about what's going on in your life and think about where you want to go next. Another part of this card could also be loneliness. He does spend a lot of time alone and in isolation. That can be a very good thing, and that is what I'm suggesting if you have this card, unless you are someone who is lonely and in isolation a lot. And in that case, I would say to remember where you are safe in the world and try to reach out to people and not be stuck in isolation as long as you have been. Some people, I do know people who very rarely see other people, and sometimes they actually reach out to the animals around them. They make friends with birds, of course their pets, even insects can become friends of one kind or another. Companions, someone that you can talk to. Trees are really great companions. None of these companions, well, some of them can talk back, but yeah, I want you to take care of yourself today and reach out, even if it's just to a tree. Um, but if it is something that's bothering you, I'd like you to reach out to a human. And that really concludes our reading of the day. If you liked it, hit like. If you want more, hit subscribe. If you want to share this with someone, you'd be surprised at the people who consult tarot readers. I have some interesting, intelligent, and oh, look, aliens. Interesting and intelligent and educated people that come to me. So without further ado, I think it's time to sign off. And I don't know what else to say except see you tomorrow. And love ya.